If you didn't think I'm an idiot, after this video, you will have no doubt. Look what I did. So basically, this is a Yamaha Motif ES8. I had a key that was stuck, right? It was sticking and I had to fix it because I didn't want to spend like hundreds of dollars bringing it to a repair shop. So I took my drill and then somehow I became a repair guy overnight. First, I take off this side wood piece. It basically has 6 screws. Listen, I know I'm gonna get in trouble for that one because this keyboard is not even mine. Ha! And by the way, disclaimer, this is just for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a technician, so basically after this disclaimer, if you try this at home and you mess it up, you can't sue me, bro. So we're gonna repeat the same steps for the other side. So once I remove those 2 wood pieces on both sides, I'm gonna place them somewhere safely with all the screws so I don't lose them. And then I'm gonna flip the keyboard just so I can have better access to the screws on the bottom, because basically I'm gonna be unscrewing every single screw on the bottom because that's what's holding the whole thing together. So on that keyboard, I had 2 different types of screws. I can tell if it's someone who opened it before and then lost some screws and then replaced them with something else. I can tell you. So for my drill, I would use a regular screwdriver head for the regular screws. But then you have those little things that are different, as you can see. And I had to use those little L things for it. I don't even know the names. Apparently, there might be some that they made specifically for a drill. But hey, that's what I had. And as you can tell, it wasn't the prettiest, but it got the job done. And then boom, it's open. Okay, just bear with me because that's not the only time that I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna show you more in detail later because I kind of didn't do a perfect job the first time. I had to go over and do it again. So basically what I did the first time around, it was the F key that was stuck. Since I was not patient enough to purchase a brand new key, or maybe I was just too cheap to do it, I just replaced my F that was stuck with a F that's all the way on top of the keyboard that I'm probably not gonna use as often. So now that I'm pretty much satisfied with the results, I'm just gonna put it all back together and then I'm gonna take it for a spin. So that's me a few days later, because what happened is, you see that little thing? It was just loose inside of the keyboard and it was getting stuck under the keys. So basically, after I fixed it the first time, because I was moving the keyboard around between the studio and church, since, like I said, it's technically not mine, it's for the church. So I had to open it all over again because the problem was not just the key of F, but it was also this little thing that was getting stuck beneath the keys. So after I got it, the keys were working perfectly. So I was like, okay, job done. Let's just screw it all back together, which is what I did until. That's just one of those same metal pieces that just went loose again. And if I didn't open it back up, we're gonna have the same problem again. This same little metal piece was gonna move around the keyboard and then get stuck under the keys, and I would basically have the same problem all over again. So basically I had to open the whole thing again. I was trying to see if there's a chance I could just take it off from that little opening without having to unscrew the whole thing all over again, but it did not work. So basically I had to do with the hard way, unscrew the whole thing, opening the whole keyboard again, and start searching for the little metal piece. So that's what happens when you're dealing with these old keyboards. Stuff start falling apart, getting loose, but hey, anyways, I can't complain because it sounds good. I think it's a very high-end keyboard. It's just old. It's been around for a long time. So, but then after I tested it, my key of G was still getting stuck. Now you see the key of G, how it's getting stuck. Listen, I'm going through all this pain so you don't have to. Basically, I had to open it back up again. So basically the same thing that I did for the key of F, I had to do it for the key of G. So this key here, I'm gonna take it off. Basically the way you do that, you just use something like a ruler. In that case, I'm using a knife. You're gonna see an arrow pointing in the direction where you're supposed to have contact. So basically right at this arrow, you're just gonna push the knife straight down and then just pop the key from the top with your finger. I kind of had to pull back on the plastic that's in front just so I could take the key all the way off. And then we're gonna repeat the same process for the higher G that I'm switching it with. Now you see the difference between the two. The lower G had this little split in it that I had to use some glue because I want to protect it from splitting in the future. Actually, I don't like the sound that it's making. It's making a little bit of noise. It's slightly a little looser than it should be. But anyway, for something that I didn't buy brand new, I'm fine with it. Maybe there's something I could do to fix that, but I was getting tired at this point. So I just put it back together, put the side pieces, don't forget that. Do the same thing for the other side. And then time for a test drive. Listen, if I get 1,000 likes for this video, which I know is very unlikely, I will probably do a part 2 where I make sure I fix this noise that the G is making, even if I have to buy brand new keys. On this channel, we share content about piano, music. If you'd like to learn the piano and develop your skill, become a better musician, please subscribe for more. Actually, just click on this video on the screen so you can see more of my content.